It's here. What's here?
If you hear the whistle scream, dying is not a choice.
Hi, I'm Shamthakit from JUST do IT Thailand สวัสดีครับ How you doing, Corin?
I'm very well, thanks. Lovely to meet you. Let's talk.
I just watched the film last night. It's one of my most anticipated horror movie of the year, and you didn't let me down. Yeah. It's so nasty, gory. It had everything that I love about horror movie all at once.
Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad it didn't let you down, most of all.
The day you are born, so is your death.
So let's go back a little bit. When you read the script for the first time, which aspect of the film that hit you the most and make you say, yes, this is it?
I think there was three things. When I read the script written by Owen Edgerton, the first one was really, as a fan of horror and a horror director sometimes, I wanted to find, fresh mythologies. And when I read this one, I was aware of the Aztec death whistle, but I didn't know much about it. And it sort of struck me that there also, there's been lots of kind of horror movies about cursed objects. You've got the videotape in Ring, or the configuration box in Hellraiser. But I hadn't seen a movie based around this sacred artifact before.
Can you translate any of it?
To talk, it can also mean to
Summon the dead.
So it was quite a big impact to think we could make the first horror movie based on a death whistle, which is quite, rare when you come across something that hasn't really been done yet. That combined with the mythology that Owen had kind of crafted, which was this quite simple, chilling, and quite profound idea that if you hear the sound of the whistle scream, it calls upon your future death to come and hunt you down.
I think I'm gonna pass on the whole ghost summoning death whistle.
Listen, you guys hear that?
And it also opened up a kind of an idea of when you're going to be faced by your own fate. We're all only on this planet for a short amount of time. We don't know when our, deaths may come, but if you hear this thing, it will come very soon.
Hello?
And that combined with also this emotional story of this relationship and the friends who are all kind of like having to figure out how to fight the curse. And then the deaths themselves. It was all a combination.
What if I don't want to die?
You shouldn't have been born.
I'm gonna skip my question and go right to the death scene because it's one of the next level kind of death scene I ever seen.
Okay,
a lot.
I'm glad to hear it.
The one with car crash.
Yeah, okay.
I wanna know how you... What's the idea behind it? I have no idea.
So, I want to avoid spoilers a little bit, but
Yeah.
going to experience it for the first time in the cinema. But this was one that stood out to me, in a movie with a number of different deaths. I've been calling them perishments, by the way.
Oh, all right.
I wanted to kind of create a different style of death, and almost like a different genre of horror with each death. So there's sort of slightly more supernatural ones, monster creature ones, slasher ones, supernatural body horror. It stood off the page to me as something I hadn't seen before, again, as a fan of horror, and we've seen a lot of different perishments in our time. It was a real challenge to sort of combine lots of different effects techniques. I always do everything practically to begin with and use actors' performance, prosthetics, animatronics and puppetry, and makeup effects, but then also using some visual effects throughout the different effects, death sequences. There's lots of different techniques are all happening to create that illusion of someone who's suffering this car crash in that way.
Actually, I named it. I call it 360 Dead.
Nice. That's probably what I called it as well.
My jaw was dropping. Like,
Oh, thank you.
what the hell is that?
Take that as a compliment. Within the movie and within the death sequences and the shocks and scares, you also need to kind of create your own arc so that you don't get used to something. So I always want to keep surprising if possible.
Oh, it worked really well. And apart from the gory, nasty scene, you're such a master of jump scare.
Oh, thank
From
you.
time to time, you make me jump a lot. What's the secret sauce of it to make a good jump scare?
You're using my kind of terminology because I always say that secret sauce. Secret sauce is what is the secret sauce of a movie, you know? Jump scares are a funny thing because they're ultimately, you can't have a sort of a scary movie just built on the jump scares because otherwise it's just like, you know, like, you have to kind of create an air of overall tension and overall mystery and something that's immersing the audience and drawing them in. And so that you have these little jump scares, which to me are kind of a way of just keeping you on your toes so that you kind of can have a little bit of fun. There is a kind of, I guess, a relatively well-trodden path of jump scares where you build up and then you have a character looking in a certain direction and the music comes down low and then the jump scare happens. But people are so attuned to jump scares, you have to kind of like out jump scare their conscious sometimes. So you have to go, look, it's just over there, it's just about to happen. No, it's not. It's over there. No, it's not. It's there, you know. So it's all about trying to mistime it, and it's almost like the more sophisticated audiences get, the more they get ready for the jump scare. So sometimes you have to just surprise them. Other times you can do it on just a cut. You know, a good movie sometimes just cuts to a different scene with a bright face or...
If you hear the whistle scream, death is not a choice.
Or you can just do this.
What? You got it?
Yes.
Whoa!
See, this is in Joker, so you've come to watch our interview here.
Whoa! Does it work?
Well, I could... you and your viewers want to find out.
We were told the markings said, summon the dead.
The markings read, summon your death.
Oh, let's talk about the design of the whistle. What's the idea behind it?
Well, it was a real kind of, you know, pleasure to be able to, again, take on something which is a really sacred, like, artifact, you know, an artifact of memento mori that is completely connected to death. It has its own, in real life, lots of kind of different mysteries and mythologies surrounding it and beliefs, you know, that it was either used as a form of, to accompany like ritual sacrifice, or it was used to go into battle, you know, as a sort of a battle cry. So we did a lot of research, and I just wanted to create something also cinematically that would look like a powerful like lead character, really. That it would have to withstand, you know, the same kind of close up, just overseeing the whole scene, but then from different angles and different lights, it could also take on a more malicious or more like evil look to it, or it could take a kind of more gleeful look to it. So, you know, I'm really happy. It was trying to create an iconic new kind of, you could say, horror villain. In a simple, inanimate object that I want it to be very aged and have a lot of texture, you know, and have a lot feel down, and you know, it's got a lot of detail and, you know, history feeling to it. I contacted a brilliant Spanish concept artist, Daniel Carrusco. And we went back and forth, you know, on Zoom. I didn't speak much Spanish and he didn't speak much English, so we were kind of bonded by art. Maybe created about 50 different looks that were, you know, he did such a great job. I was very lucky to have him.
And you have to admit that it looked like a perfect bong.
Is that a pipe? No.
I hope someone gonna make it. I'm gonna have it here.
Would you use that?
I will. I'm not gonna blow it. I'm gonna do something else with it.
Interesting. Maybe if you used it that way, you'd be inhaling the souls of the thousand dead instead of...
I have tons of questions for you, but my time is up now. That's it for me today. In the name of Thai fan, we love you. And Colin, I just found out like I've been a fan of your work for so long since the music video era. Oily Moss, The Prodigy.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I heard The Prodigy in your movie
man.
finally.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Yeah, Prodigy's in there. Iron Maiden, Concrete Blonde, Gunship, Churches. Yeah.
My God, it's such a perfect mixtape, this film soundtrack.
Thank you, man. I'm really glad.
Thank you, man.
Taki, nice to meet you.
I'm not letting it get you.
Our future death is hunting us.
We are running out of time.